Hello again, tubes of you. It's coffee time again, and if you knew me in real life, you would know that that doesn't mean a thing, because I'm addicted to it. But for all of you in YouTube land, that means I have an update. I apologize for not having anything posted up in a minute. Work's been crazy, life's been crazy. Just the little bit of time I do have, I've been kind of working on projects as opposed to shooting videos. Because as I'm finding, this is actually very time consuming. But to get to my business, the first thing that I did this a couple weeks ago, it's been done for a minute, was my Aerostorm. I have not really done anything major. The barrel is all still the original barrel. The only thing I did was I made it rear loading. I did that because I have 5/8 foam, which is great for Mega Steffens. That was for another project, but it's not quite working out. So I just had all this foam laying around, so I figured why not make Mega Steffens. And then this way, this can still work with Mega Darts as well as arrows. So it's versatile still, which is cool. Load those up. And fires away. It shoots pretty much the same as any other Aerostorm, I'd imagine. Give or take the little bit of range just because of the bigger, heavier dart. But other than that, it works great. I'm very pleased with it. I like it, you know. Great performance for not very much work. The next thing I have is my 2K, which I'm bringing back for this video. If you watched my last one, you heard me mention that I was very displeased with the turret. It just was not getting good range at all. I was having problems punching 20 feet, you know, which is ridiculous. Unacceptable, in my opinion. So I redid the turret once again, put it back together, only to be disappointed and still have the same issues, which I just did not understand because all of my barrels had at least anywhere from a 90 to 100% seal. You know, it was good enough to where it should have been working fine. So I didn't understand it, and I finally gave in and was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to plug the pump and see what it does. I had been holding off on doing this because it had a nice crisp OPRV, and for some reason I didn't want to, you know, glue a good OPRV shut. I don't know why, but I just didn't want to waste that. So I finally gave in and just did it, and I was incredibly impressed and surprised, actually, at how much improvement it gave this. Every shot fires great now. Its performance is definitely competing with my 3K, namely because my 3K only has a stock pump, which is impossible to get the pressure that you want in that. But, you know, now that I've plugged this one, this is working great. I'm not really having any problems with my turret. Other than that, I still have some issues with the barrel staying straight when I rotate it. But that could be due to just the way that my barrels are glued in there. I'm not sure, so I may still have to redo that. But other than that, it is working really great, and I'm very happy with it. And I just wanted to do a little update on that to let everyone know that this is working sweet, and it no longer is just for show. Next order of business, I went to Toys R Us yesterday, and oop, almost lost that. And I picked up this HVZ blaster. I picked it up for one reason specifically. If you notice, I do not have a turret in here. I picked it up for that. I'll grab it anyways. Here's the turret there. If any of you know what an Octoshot is, you would recognize this, especially if you've looked at the write-up. But I bought it specifically for that because I believe that is exactly what I will need for an Octoshot, which is actually the current project that I'm working on. Just to talk about this blaster itself a little bit. Honestly, internally, it's pretty good actually. It's got a decent sized plunger, decently strong spring, and the thing that I was really surprised by is this. I mean, it's got like 100% seal, which is crazy out of a stock Airzone blaster here, or Lenard, whatever you want to call it. The problem with this thing is, though, is its handle. Its handle is atrocious. It is probably the worst handle I've ever held. It is just terribly uncomfortable. It digs into your hand at all sorts of goofy angles. You can't fit your whole hand on it, and I'm curious who the person was that designed that and thought that was a good way to do it. But yeah, that alone is enough to make me not want to use this at all. So this piece here, though it has some decent internals, it's pretty much just scrap unless I find something goofy and funny to do with that. But putting that aside, I got that mainly for the turret. The turret will be going on my current one, which is my quad shot, which I did not spend a lot of time on this turret because I planned on it just being temporary. I just wanted to test it out because I haven't played with one of these yet. And I was pretty happy because, you know, you can get a really great amount of performance out of a pretty cheap blaster. I'll show you. Let me load it up real quick here, because it is rear loading naturally. Because if you have a turret and it's not reloading, it's just a pain in the butt. Here we go. So as you can see, the turret does work very well. Having some issues here. I have some strange CPVC. I'm not sure what the issue is with it, but for some reason it is very tight and my darts do not like to go through with it. I'm hoping that it was just that batch that I had and that it's just defective or something. But yeah, my darts do not always want to shoot out of that, and that surprised me because that was even with gray foam that I was just using. So hopefully when I do the octo shot, that is going to work out much better. Kind of sad that that worked out in this video like that, but you know, whatever. Doesn't surprise me because I do not have 100% seal in any sense of the word on this. There's a small leak in the turret. My plunger head was a little deformed. So it's not sealing no matter what I do, and even when I put the 5/8 on there, or not 5/8, 1.5 inch washer on there, it wasn't sealing 100%, and it was just creating way too much friction. So I just took it back off because it was working better without it. So that's that. As you can see, it's not working 100% apparently. Bad time for that to happen, right? But I'll probably give you an update when I do the actual octo shot, which I'll probably get working on later today. I guess one more thing before I go, because I forgot to do it, is the 2K. I forgot to do a little firing demo of it. I'll be using these darts here. I made them out of the triple shot foam. It's a weird foam if you ever held it or haven't held it, either one. It's kind of rubbery, has a weird texture to it. It seems like it creates a lot of friction, because that's the one that I really have the problem with in my CPVC. But it works pretty good in an air blaster, so I'm going to shoot it with this because it works okay with it, and aside from that, it also matches. And I drop my dart and load that up. And of course at the end of the video it's getting all sketchy here, so I guess that means it's time to stop shooting these and get moving on with my day. So there we go, loaded up with 2. Do the first one with just 4. There goes the first dart. Switch to the next. And there's the second. So yeah, like I said, it's shooting really great. I'm very happy with it. And that's pretty much that. This video is getting a little long, so I'm going to try to wrap this up, and you all have a great day.